YouTube, how we doing? Pass the prop back here again. It is NFL Monday show. We're going to do a quick recap here, talk a little bit about some upcoming playoff games, and then at the end, I think we're going to do a little best ball draft for the playoffs over on DraftKings. Joined as always by my guy Stu. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. You know, if you're on my side of the world, over DC area, Virginia area, we're getting snow. It's our first snowstorm of the year, so got like 6 inches out there, something like that. Gonna have to dust off the old shovel for the first time this year, you know. But other than that, doing pretty good. Can't complain.
Yeah, dude, it's not even bad. I wouldn't. I'm kind of in that middle range where it's like cold but no snow, and it's like you get like ice in the morning, but nothing crazy. So like I didn't really know how I would want to say it because I can't complain, but like obviously, would I wish it's spring right now? Yeah, definitely. I'm good with no snow after Christmas. You know, like once it's done with Christmas, I'm kind of fed up with snow.
Yeah, well, I was just in Michigan, right? Because in DC we get no snow. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. That's just how it is. Like it's just really pretty rare, you know, that we actually get any snow. So I was in Michigan. That's normally where there's a ton of snow, but there's no snow up there this year. So it's a little bit of a reverse than normal. But, you know, DC's not built for snow at all. If you're from over here, you know that. The whole city shuts down for like 2 inches of snow. So it's always a good time like that. I can't complain.
Yeah, no, it's definitely living in the wrong area if I don't want snow. So it's definitely tough. But let's talk our recap here. We'll get through our recap and we'll get into kind of talking some playoff preview. Not going to go through each game. That'll probably be Wednesday where we kind of comb through everything and kind of start looking at some props. But let's get our L's out of the way. Obviously Thursday night. Or, yeah, whatever night that Friday.
Saturday. Yeah, this one was brutal. I mean, if you watch this game and you bet any money on George Pickens, let alone a lot of money on George Pickens, you're probably feeling pretty rough. So did not cash this. This is my only bet of that game. That was a big one, at least. Someone in the comments, John, already got the Thrash touchdown. That was pretty brutal as well. 20-1, called that out. I don't know why they didn't count that, man. Like, come on. That was one of those moments. It didn't matter at all. You know what I mean? The game is pretty much already over at that point. And then you actually called it a touchdown on the field. So we're really going to go through all that effort to take it, like, I don't know. To me, it looked like a 50-50 call. And at 20-1, you really want one of those to go your way. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. Couple rough beats in this game, but can't complain too much.
Yeah, no, it was a tough game, but obviously it helped me out a little bit just because we had Burrow completions and it steamed up, man. It was 26.5 juiced, and obviously it came through for us. I have no words for how good Joe Burrow's been to us this year, and I know 25.5 is a big number, but dude flew by this, even got hurt for a little while, and came back in and still got 30-something, so loving me some Joey B.
Yeah, no, I mean, he took care of business, definitely tailed you on this one, got the 25.5 as well. And there was never a doubt, right? This one, the whole time, he was, he's at like 18 at halftime or something like that. I mean, he was just taking care of business, checking the ball down, doing his thing. So shout out to Joe Burrow. Unfortunately, no more left this season.
I know. I kind of wish they were in it just because they were playing so well.
Who doesn't? I mean, the Bengals, that's a stinker. Everyone knows it. I mean, I know everyone is getting a lot of slack, the ESPN guys, for saying it, but they're not wrong. I mean, from a pure entertainment value, I think almost 90% of the population outside of Denver would clearly be taking Cincinnati for more entertaining playoffs. But obviously you got to earn it, and they didn't earn it. So shout out to the Broncos for, despite everyone hating on them, they did earn it.
Yeah, I know, and they looked very dominant doing it. Honestly, I know everybody was saying like the Chiefs were going to do it on purpose and lose just so Burrow wasn't in there. But wouldn't you think the best option against you to beat you this year is probably the Bills, and they would have to deal with him right away? You know, like the Bengals would have had to play the Bills right away. Like I feel like that's the toughest team to beat you. You know, the hardest team that's going to be there to beat you. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's the way I kind of thought about it because you know. The Bills are going to have to go through a couple hard games because obviously they didn't get the one, but that's the way I thought about it. But I know everybody's saying like they don't want them even in it, and I get that. But when you can put your rival up against something a little tougher. I thought that they would probably try that out, but yeah, they just beat the living shit out of them. I'll get my L out of the way here. I understand it now why I was at minus 101. JSN did absolutely nothing. Fed Noah Fant and DK Metcalf a little bit more on that one. So shout out DK Metcalf. I think he hit his incentives and everything there. JSN, I think, missed an incentive by a catch. He only had 4 catches for like 8 yards. Really put a damper on the day there with JSN. So Amon-Ra did his thing, though.
Yeah, I didn't watch that game at all, but I know pretty much everyone lost, right? I mean, I don't know, because if you bet DK, it was 53.5 was the opener, and he ended at 53. It was 60 for 90% of the week. So even if you're sniping the openers, I don't even think you won in that game. And then even me, it wasn't a show play, but I had Blake Corum pretty heavy for some good rushing yards number. He gets hurt and goes out immediately. So that was a bummer all around, definitely. Only thing, luckily, if you're in my Discord or you tuned into the happy hour in the morning, I did bet the overs in that game. I bet the first half and the full game over. So that was the one savior. I was like, Jimmy G, if Gino's trying, Jimmy G can keep this thing going. Like, I know he can. I know Jimmy G can score at least, like, they're pretty much asking him to score like 14 points, which was like nothing. So at least that came through. But yeah, that was a real bummer.
Yeah, your boy Tutu Atwell, Jordan Whittington in that one. So
I went to touchdown. He didn't score though, but yeah, they didn't give any lines. I would have bet a lot more in that game if they did. You know, if they had some of those guys up, I definitely would have taken it. But they were scared this year. They did not want any smoke at all.
Yeah, and obviously this one kind of crushed. I saw it close really high. I looked at a lot of books even after our show, and it was already starting to climb up there. So.
Yeah,
I think it steamed up to like 37, 38. So, yeah, I think everybody started realizing too, like they're going to obviously feed Sutton, but there's really no 2 option there right now. So good shot for Mims there.
Yeah, no, a lot of the week too is sitting 35, still 36 Sunday. Like some books definitely did, overreact a ton right there. But hey, he went over everything, ended up in the 50s, had a nice 32-yard catch to start the game out. I walked immediately into the bar. I was meeting up with a couple friends, and this was literally the first play I saw. Like, it was Mims, that touchdown catch. Great start. So shout out Mims, getting the job done. Like I said, just like a gadget plus play right now, kind of doing everything possible, getting the job done. Was definitely fun to watch. And I'm curious what his playoff lines are going to be. That'll be because his role has jumped up in only the last 3 weeks. You know what I mean? He's only been a full-time player for 3 weeks. So they've been a really good 3 weeks. I'm curious how he's priced in the playoffs, obviously on a bigger stage when, a guy like Sutton is probably going to be a little bit more of a safer option. So that'll definitely be something to follow.
Yeah, I had a lot of Sutton in DFS this week. He obviously did very, very well. Big plays. Scoring touchdowns as well. So didn't get to cross the 20-unit mark, but we're not going to have any bets on the show today. I'm just going to talk a little bit here. What's your thought on how everything played out here, Stu? Is there any thoughts here? Obviously, if you want to take a look at the full playoff picture here in the schedule, I believe it's Saturday games as well. They got Saturday games. I think there's even a Monday game, actually. So we're kind of spreading it all the way out. So obviously Chiefs Lions at the top, Eagles Bills 2, Ravens Bucks 3, Texans Rams are the 4 seeds. Texans are just, I don't know, it's brutal. I don't know, dude. Those 5 seeds are tough, man. You got the Chargers and Vikings there. I don't know, dude. Is it just me, or I thought the Chargers would be favored by a little bit more than 3?
Yeah, it's interesting because I said this in the first quarter of the Texans' last game when they were looking terrible, and they made a couple good plays, and I just typed in the Discord, I know I'm going to be a sucker to get back on board for the Texans. CJ Stroud is still really good, even though it's been rough. You know what I mean? It's not been a good season, obviously. I do still think he's a very good quarterback, and I'm not ready to give up on him like a lot of other people out here. My thing with the Chargers has been a problem all year long, and I don't know if the Texans can really exploit this. They're a good defense. They're an above-average defense, but all of their advanced metrics have them as a great to elite defense, and I don't think that's the case, right? I don't think they have that high-end upper echelon talent that like dominates, it shines through in the playoffs as much. They have, a good, well-rounded defense. But to me, that's kind of what holds me back a little from the Chargers. And I've said it all year long. I like the Chargers on the money line. I like them as a dog. I don't love them -3, just in general, as a team. They are a field goal team no matter what. You know what I mean? They play field goal games. They play close games. And the Chargers offense still ain't shit. You got Derek Stingley on the other side, who's going to likely line up with Ladd McConkey every single snap of this game. Who else are we turning to? Is Will Dissly on the biggest stage? Oh, Quentin Johnston on the biggest stage? I don't know. We got to figure that out. It's probably J.K. Dobbins might be the answer, and I don't know if that's good enough for me against a Houston defense that can be suffocating. So I haven't made up my mind. I do like the Chargers a lot in general. Just a big fan of Herbert. I always have been, and that might be enough to win him this game. But the more I talk about it, I just don't see enough win conditions like on the Chargers to be confident in them as big favorites in general. So very excited for that game. I hope CJ shows out in prime time. I hope he looks a little bit better. But if he looks like he has in the second half of the season, then maybe it won't matter. Maybe Joe Mixon running into a wall 20 times, is just what happens. Chargers take care of business. So I'm very curious how that one goes, but should be a good one.
I mean, I just don't like the Texans. Like, I don't think they're good, to be honest. Obviously we saw last week or this past week, they didn't really care that much, but like to get absolutely embarrassed like that on Thanksgiving at home to the Ravens,
it's rough.
I don't know, dude. That they didn't even score. They got a defensive safety. That's how they score. Like, do I think the Ravens defense is better than the Chargers? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think so. Definitely by metrics, you can go off that. I agree. I don't think they're like an elite defense by any means, but I did like to see J.K. Dobbins last week. I watched a lot of that game. I had a lot of money on Ladd. Obviously, he delivers every single time, but I will say Quentin Johnson was making like contested catches and I will say that, like, you also got to remember, I'm not a huge Quentin Johnson fan. You already know that. Like, I'm not huge on him, but for him to be getting like a 14 target game, because after that huge couple plays for Ladd, they kind of like, oh, maybe we should guard him. Like, this little guy, maybe we should guard him. But they did a good job of, finding a way to get the ball to Ladd, even in some other spots like that. But yeah, dude, J.K. Dobbins looked damn good, bro. Like, he kind of has that little burst back. He had a play where he kind of hurt his knee a little bit, came out, but he went right back in, right? So that's something. Obviously, durability is probably the number one thing there for Dobbins. But yeah, I just was not impressed with how they've been playing. Like, to be in a one-score game, like, you lose to the Titans. They play a one-score game at Jacksonville, and obviously we know how bad they are. Then you go play the Dolphins, who've sucked, right? They only win by one score there. And then obviously got dismantled by the Chiefs. They lost to the Titans in that stretch as well. Like, that Titans team is fucking trash, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
it's I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't look at it like that, but I don't know. If I had to take one too here, it's just like, I think I had to lean the Chargers. That's probably my dog this week. I don't say dog by like the spread, but like the underdog in terms of like the number. It's probably one of the few that actually we just saw money come in on the Texans. The Chargers just moved down to -2.5. Still obviously juiced to 2.5, but I feel like people are going to grab that 3 while you can, because I think it's going to just kind of sit that the whole time, especially without Dell too. Like, I love Tank Dell. They have one dude. On offense.
So I was going to say, I just pointed out how Ladd McConkey is the only guy the Chargers have. Now the Texans have the same problem. Like, they started out with a 3-headed monster, right? You have Diggs there. You also have Tank. Now you have neither of those guys. So now you're going to a guy like Mechie as your number 2. So just like the Chargers have that problem, so do the Texans. So it's an interesting one. And I wish both these two teams were like more healthy. They had more options. It would make it a more fun game. But I think then it's just going to come back to the run game. Can the Chargers run game stop Joe Mixon versus can the Texans run game or rush defense obviously stop Dobbins? And to me, when you compare just the pure talent on both sides, if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm more scared of that Houston D-line than I am the Chargers D-line. So it'll be interesting. And Joe Mixon, we know they love a good first down run, guys. We know they like it. I already put in an underdog slip. Ladd 5.5 catches, Mixon 17.5 rush attempts. So if you're on one of these apps that's posting them real early, that's a good look for this one. A little sneaky, prize picks thing. I think you might agree with that as well.
Oh yeah, I'm always down for a lad reception line. But I guess I don't want to get too deep in this because this is going to be what our whole Wednesday show is going to be here. But would there be anything more Vikings like for you to be fighting for the 1 seed, lose in a very tough game, and then just get fucking smacked against the Rams? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that, like, obviously I'm a Packers fan. You guys know that I'm wearing my fucking hat, obviously. But is there anything more Vikings like than that, to just get fucking smoked by Stafford? You know Stafford knows the Vikings well. He played in the North for 10 years, dude. So, I don't know. I feel like you have to go to L.A. after that brutal game. They got fucking smoked. Couldn't do anything. My issue is I don't know if the Rams can generate the pressure, right? That's really what it is. I mean, but even the Lions, like, they're missing so many dudes, and they still could get pressure on Sam Darnold. And, when you let Darnold sit back there, right, the Packers tried to play back on him and didn't get any pressure, he'll torch you. But under pressure, Sam Darnold's something different. So I guess I'm curious there what you think, because this is that's an interesting one. I think it's 1.5 point favorite towards the Vikes.
Oof, yeah, it's interesting, man, because it's the same kind of like contrarian in me that likes Houston, that wants to go to Minnesota when the whole world's down on them. But it's just so tough when that memory is so recent. We just watched it. You know what I mean? Just last night, we got to see them crumble again when it matters the most. And like you said, a Lions defense that is not at full strength. Sure, they're getting healthier, getting some supplementary pieces back. But Sam Darnold just looked like a sitting duck back there. They were really getting to him, and that's obviously going to be a concern once again. Kobe Turner, absolute beast in the trenches for the Rams, a very young team, but they're peaking at the right time. They've been looking good in the second half of the season. It's a young team, especially in the secondary as well. They've made a couple of changes, a linebacker earlier in the year, but I don't know. They look solid now. So to me, it's going to be very hard to go against the Rams when we know they can generate offense kind of no matter what. Whether it's going to be a slower, ugly Kyron Williams game, or we're going to turn to Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, who, the Vikings are a good defense, but it's hard to guard two wide receivers like that. And the cornerback talent, isn't the strongest there. Their strength is more safety, linebacker, the creative packages that they kind of deploy these guys in. So I would lean towards the Rams. Obviously, I haven't made a bet or anything on it yet, but yeah, it feels like the stars are exactly what you said. It would be the most Minnesota thing ever to just get their asses kicked, like 30-12.
Yeah, no, and it's just like, I don't know. It just looked really bad last night. Like, the strength of this defense is obviously generating pressure and stopping the run, and they couldn't fucking stop the run to save their life last night, right? So it's like, guess what? Kyron Williams ain't stopping after 10 carries, bro. That boy's getting 25. And we saw towards the end of that game, just get wear down. And obviously I significantly trust Stafford more in these games, right? These are the games this is why you pay him, man. This is why you pay him. And this is why on those primetime games, I bet on Matthew Stafford every fucking time, because the dude knows how to show up. And obviously I know there's all the stuff that when they were bad in Detroit, but it was just like, there was a lot more other things kind of getting through there than just Stafford not playing well. So, all right. Any other game you want to talk about here? Maybe we'll give you one more if you want. Otherwise, we can kind of get into any questions we have in there, or we can get to the best ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, the one thing is, do you have any opinion on any of the coach firing or anything? Obviously, New England got rid of Mayo. And then I don't know if you've seen the Jets news earlier, but with all the guys the Jets have been interviewing, it's absolutely hilarious. It started.
I saw Rex Ryan. That's pretty much all I've seen.
That was the first one. But I can pull up the list. But it was hilarious, just one at a time. Matt Nagy was one that they requested to interview earlier. Obviously, everyone remembers how Matt Nagy went the first time around. Back when he was the head coach. Just a ton of hilarious names. Joe Brady of the Bills. That one's not that crazy. Arthur Smith would have been the king jewel, though. Requesting to interview Arthur Smith to be your head coach is a pretty hilarious move, especially given what we just watched with them in primetime. And them now as 10-point underdogs in the playoffs. So,
yeah, and I don't know, dude. I still think I might have to lean the Steelers, but Yeah, dude. Everybody was kind of forgetting about Arthur Smith and how bad he was, but yeah, he's kind of showing it right there. So, um,
Get Braylon Allen on your fantasy teams. Arthur Smith, Brees Hall, 10 carries a game from now on. Braylon Allen's the guy, okay? That's the tip. That's the tip right there.
yeah, I guess that's the last one I would like to bring up is the McCarthy stuff because I've been seeing that they're probably keeping him now.
We'll see.
Dude, he's a fucking leech, bro. I don't know how he fucking does it. He's a cockroach, bro. Like the dude just does it. Like he shows you enough just to keep you interested, but he's just like he's not a good coach, bro. I don't care what people say, dude. Like you've seen what Rodgers does in these places, dude. Rodgers takes over and does everything, and they were saying, "Oh, it's all because of whatever he's doing." No, it ain't. Like Rodgers literally keeps that whatever Hackett employed to just be his little bitch. Like that's literally what it is. Like he runs everything. So how are we going to say that his offense did anything? You know what I'm saying? And McCarthy was supposed to be some offensive dude. Cowboys team didn't do shit. So I don't know, man. I thought his ass was fucking gone halfway through the season. He wouldn't do it. So I don't know. That guy should be gone. But yeah, dude, it would be. I hope somebody can. I don't know who they'd hire. I don't even care who they would hire. It's got to be better outside of Hackett.
Hey man, why not keep him? You know, as a DC guy, have fun.
Yeah, that's the same way I feel about like when at the beginning of the year with the Bears and stuff. Like, that's what I'm like, dude. Yeah, stunt his growth some more, bro. Like, for real.
No, exactly. And same with Garrett. They kept Garrett for 40 years too. I mean, it's nothing new.
No, and I also want to put this out there. Obviously, Packers and Commanders had some close games. Obviously, Packers lost on that end field goal. But like, you look at those games, like. I don't think it really mattered that much. Like, obviously, I would have much rather played not the Eagles in that spot and much rather have played Tampa. But I think you guys sat Jaden Daniels the whole second half. They said that Love could have come right back in, but they sat him for the whole second half. Josh Jacobs ran the ball 5 times. I think we saw Robinson didn't have his normal workload in there. I saw a lot more Austin Eckler. But, like, those are the type of things that, like, I'm going to take the other side. Like, I'm probably going to bet the Commanders if I get in 3.5. I'm getting a 4.5 here on the Packers. I'm taking that for sure. Fuck, yeah. Dude. Everybody's going to hate them now, bro. That's what I like. That's what I like. People are going to be like, oh, my God, they sucked against the Bears and what? The Cowboys who didn't give a shit. Well, I mean, you got to keep them healthy, right? That's pretty much the whole thing. And obviously, Christian Watson running down the field and tearing his leg apart. I mean, he just ran down the field.
That's a bummer.
Obviously, I like Christian Watson. Think he's obviously a great player, but it's the same thing as Jair Alexander, just overrated, bro. Jair probably makes our team worse at this point. Like he'll play because he'll go out there, play 5 plays, and then come out and sit. So you think that you have this dude shut down, but you don't. So I don't know. I think for both ours, I'm definitely taking both of our teams on probably a teaser 6 point, and definitely grabbing them in that spot because I feel like everybody's going to bet against them just because you saw them in that last week just play shit. But like, you didn't play at 100, you know?
My thing, Commanders looked real bad in the first half, and then Mariota came out in the second half and looked better. So that was even weirder. I think if you watch that game, you probably have a weird perception of it, you know? But I think it just came down to Dan Quinn was kind of fucking with the media when he was like, oh, we're going full strength in this one. You know, when you sit your guys at halftime, you're clearly not going full strength. And, you know, obviously, like you said, they wanted to work Eckler back in. That was the big bummer. I had Rodriguez touchdown stuff. Eckler was not ruled in at that time, but they did rule him in, and they wanted to get him in the flow of things. Spoiler alert.
Which is understandable. I just didn't And I didn't think it would be that much. I saw him in quite a bit.
Yeah, and not to spoil anything, I think me and PPS are going to be betting Austin Eckler next week. I think there's a pretty strong – the number is going to have to be crazy for me to not be betting it. So just a little spoiler, at least for me. I think that's something I'll definitely be looking at. But no, I agree with your analysis as well. The biggest thing for your Packers is just can Jacobs run against that defensive line. That's going to be, I think, what the whole game kind of comes down to. Because when Jacobs has been good – then your offense really rolls. And Love, it opens up the deep ball and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, this Eagles D-line is very good. They're legit. So that's going to be, I think, kind of the story to watch.
Yeah, no, I definitely – I mean, that's the thing. You can't really take anything out of that first game. You know, you can't really take – it was in Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously it was 34-29. It was a good game. And I think it'll be good. The tough part is, and this is what I think about with the Bills matchup in Denver too, is like there's been more teams this year that don't even have like if you have a shutdown corner, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like the Chiefs, they don't give a shit. Like you have a good corner, who cares? Like the Bills play in Denver. Okay, who's their tan guard? You're gonna put him on Amari Cooper? He doesn't give a shit. Like like you got Shakir and all these dudes that are just the same, right? That's the same with the Packers, right? Like you don't know. It's outside of obviously Terry, it's the same thing with the Commanders, right? You can pretty much just like there's not really a designated alpha, and obviously I think Zach Ertz is damn near your alpha at this point. Watching these last couple games, so it's kind of weird. Usually we're used to seeing bona fide studs out there, but there's not. There's a lot more teams now that don't have like that huge dude, and they're just like rolling with like 3 or 4 good players instead of having like 1 or 2 really really good ones.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, like even now, like the big story for probably my game, Lattimore versus Evans coming back, different team, right? Lattimore now over in DC. That's been both them ejected for fighting before, been a long-standing rivalry. Only bummer is our guy Jalen McMillan is looking like an absolute stud. Amazing game. One of the best wide receiver games of the year, honestly, especially for a rookie last week. I mean, the guy just keeps on making impressive catches, being involved in different ways. That's definitely not something I'm excited for watching against my Commanders.
Yeah, and obviously there's still no Godwin there. Imagine how good that would be, having all 3 of those guys. But I do expect Cade Otton back too, which is pretty big for those guys. And dude, Bucky is a fucking man, dude. That guy is so good. Like I love watching him. Like he makes it look like he's playing in college still. Like that, everybody didn't think he would do much in the NFL. Dude is so shifty. No one can take him down one-on-one. I think it's really cool to watch. So shout out him. All right, so you ready to draft a little bit?
I am. Let's do it.
All right. Let's do. I'm gonna jump into the $5 5 entry max one here. Understand, enter. I've never done it on my laptop outside of when we do it together.
Yeah, so it's a phone thing for sure.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, all right, let's go. Let's put that up there. Do you ever do? I think you're more of an underdog guy, correct?
Correct. Everything is on underdog. Correct. It's my bankroll management, because if not, it would be real bad. I'd just be drafting them. I was doing this like 2 years ago. Anytime I had like 10 minutes, I just jump in one, and you can't be doing that. It's too much. It's because for me, it's too much fun. I love drafting these kind of teams, So yeah, I'm all on underdog. I did one right before the show as well to prep for it.
Oh wow, that filled really fast. All right, we got pick 3, Stu. Obviously in these it's tough because it's only top guy makes it through. You're in a 6-person field, but it's also using and making sure that you make it through that first round if you're going to draft the guys with the first round buys. That's why these Lions have moved down a little bit. Gibbs was a 2. He was drafted 2 or 2.5 earlier because obviously they had a chance to lose, and if obviously Amon-Ra fell down a little bit as well. He was way up there. He was like 7-1-ish. So a whole spot down. But obviously when you have only 1 round to win and you're not going to have some of your best players, makes it really tough. But if you obviously can make it through, you're going to be feeling pretty damn good about yourself. So we're rolling in the 3 spot. Assuming Josh Allen and Lamar have to go, right? Those guys have to go 1-2.
Yeah. So what are we doing then? Hurts or Henry? For me, or Hurts, Henry, would be what I'd be looking at.
It's either Barkley or Hurts, pretty much.
Yeah.
You want to go Henry over them?
Well, my thought is Henry and Barkley are both, like, they get good games no matter what. You know what I mean? Kind of with how it goes. But, like, Chargers, Texans, Henry would probably run 1 billion times, right? Or even farther, the Chiefs as well. Like, on the other side, I'm a little more curious. Like against the Lions, I could see them going a lot more pass heavy with like Barkley. You know what I mean? So I would say Hurts or Henry would be the 2 I'd be looking at there. But I don't know. People love Barkley. Don't kill me for this, please.
Honestly, I've seen Barkley go too quite a bit, just because that first matchup for Lamar is the Steelers, and we haven't really seen him do very well. I think even in his last game, where everybody said he was doing pretty good, was only 21 DK points. So
yeah. The rushing's just so good with Lamar. I'm curious with the first two, if they just go on ADP or not, you know?
yeah, I'm curious. There we go. There's Allen's gone. I'm up next. Oh wow, Hurts. Wow.
So Lamar?
I get Lamar at 3. Damn, that's nice.
Right? That feels like the move then.
Yeah, I got to. Jalen Hurts went 2. Wow.
I mean, I see the people want the upside in that second game too. You know what I mean? I think that's what they're shooting for at least. But I'm a little still worried about concussion stuff personally. You know?
Yeah, all it takes is one hit, man.
Exactly, and when you're already on notice.
Yeah, the guy who got Barkley at 4 is probably feeling pretty damn good too. Obviously, Gibbs, it's tough because Mahomes just went 5.
I don't hate. I like being aggressive on Mahomes also. I don't hate that.
Oh my god! It's just you got to make it through.
No, I know.
Grab the second quarterback early then.
Then you have Mahomes or like Baker, and you go Baker and like McMillan later, you know, or something. But yeah. I get it. All right, what are our potential options here?
It's looking like Henry or AJ Brown. I could also grab Amon-Ra here.
I love Amon-Ra, but AJ Brown's not a bad one either, honestly. I feel like Henry has to go right here in front of us.
If he doesn't, dude, oh my god, I'd be kind of.
That would be crazy.
If I get Henry and dude, I've never had one where I actually get Lamar and Henry. It's almost impossible.
I mean, we'd have to do that.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay, so
it's AJ Brown or Amon-Ra.
Both of these are great choices. I think we're both Team Amon-Ra. Am I wrong?
No, I gotta get him.
Okay, yeah, we're both Team Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I kind of have to get him.
In those game environments with no defense? Come on. I mean,
I'm gonna have to grab I think I'm gonna have to grab another wide receiver though right away.
If Puka's here, I like that a lot.
I just don't think he's gonna stay. You know
why? Puka's ADP should be above James Cook, in my opinion, right here.
Oh, 1,000,000%. It's just
that he's that far back is kind of crazy to me.
Well, it's just because you know you probably expect the Bills to win. You know,
yeah,
and it's a close game for them. So,
but Puka and Jameson Williams being next to each other, like I think the Rams are live enough to. Obviously, if you don't believe in the Rams, that's one thing. But you at least get one great game out of Puka, no matter what. Potential to get a couple, you know. So Kelsey could be something too.
I'm grabbing either Puka or Kelsey here for sure.
Exactly, maybe. That's a great.
No, I'm not going to grab Mark Andrews. I'm not going to pair him.
And if anyone does,
who'd they get? Puka. All right, so Kelsey ain't bad. It's just I'm gonna have to fill some spots because I got 2 dudes on bye now first week.
Yeah, well, we gotta score some points.
Yeah, get some points this week.
How many roster spots are in this, by the way?
You only start in 6. So 2 receivers, a tight end, a flex. Right here's my roster so far. It's just I can't keep all on the screen.
So probably one of these Washington Bucks receivers will be pretty good for us, I'd imagine, because you either get 1 or 2 great games.
If I get Jacobs here at this spot, that'd be pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
so I just need to get through the first week.
True. Jacob, yeah, that's a good point because then even if they go out, we still are covered after that.
Yeah, no, that's all I care about is just make it through first week when I'm going to be able to kind of carry Amon-Ra and Kelsey to the next round automatically. And obviously, if you have to assume a 10-point favorite, you're going to make it through. You know, you kind of got to.
No, that's nice. I like that because I don't know if I believe in the Packers past the first game. I want it to happen, but I'm worried. But I think you're guaranteed at least one really good game. And then if they make it, you have the best value on the board because Jacobs is a stud running back on a team that's going to use him 20 times a game.
Aaron Jones.
I had Jones in my last one as well, but that's risky.
What do you think about Zay Flowers? You think his injury is pretty bad?
I would not draft him in anything.
No, I'm not. Oh my God, Andrews is still there. Fuck. I still got to take Jacobs. I think
I can't do any Andrews either, to be honest. With Likely still there, I know Andrews is great, but I can't. The upside is capped, in my opinion.
So maybe it's Goddard here at tight end because I actually have to get another tight end. I think I'm gonna hopefully get Bucky there to be my flex. That would be fucking great.
I think we should go wide receiver or something and then punt on tight end for the last pick, whatever's left.
Because
those go later, I think. I don't think people drafted.
All right, Mark Andrews just went. I got to get Ladd here, right? Ladd or Bucky?
I love either of those. Because Ladd, for me, I think you have more than one round potential, obviously. Yeah. With favorites in that one.
I'm going to star Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky. If we could get Bucky next, that'd be awesome. If he's whatever reason still around,
that'd
be crazy though.
I don't think there is.
Pacheco is a weird one. That's a really weird one. I'd rather go like a Scary Terry in that range or something. But what do we still need for our team like roster?
Right here, I have everything filled except for flex, but I got to remember, obviously, Amon-Ra and Kelsey are not playing.
Yeah, so probably wide receiver, tight end should be what we're generally looking. Bateman is interesting because he might be wide receiver freaking 1 now on that team. I do not trust Zay Flowers to be playing at least in that first game. I don't think he will.
Yeah, Bateman went above Zay Flowers. Wow, he went above Zay Flowers.
It's risky though. I don't know.
I'll probably grab Hawkinson then if I can.
How far are we from Bucky? That'd be crazy if he's still.
There's no way I get him. Yeah, he went. He just went.
Okay.
Too far away.
I'd probably go Scary Terry right here, looking at it, but I'm trying to think who's around.
Joe Mixon's still out there too.
Interesting.
I mean, that dude's gonna get the ball about 1 billion times.
Mixon and drafting both running backs in that game could be a cool strategy.
All right, so I'm up right now. I got Nico Collins, Terry McLaurin, or Hawkinson pretty much.
Who do we think's more likely to make it out of the first round is kind of the question here.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's a 1-point spread for Minnesota being the favorite. Washington's a 3-point dog. All right, I might just take Hawkinson just because I need a guy to actually be getting me something first round.
Yeah, no, that works for me.
But now I got to start grabbing some stuff that can actually fill my flex position.
Yeah.
Coming up here already. Damn, I'm up. These are quick, dude. They're only 12 rounds, so I'm up in 3 picks. Probably got to grab one more receiver and another running back. These next 2 for sure. Ooh, Dobbins if I can get him. I want Dobbins.
Yeah, that's a real interesting one that he's that late. But I guess Mixon too would make sense.
Cooper Kupp's still there too. If I can get both,
I think Cooper Kupp might be washed right now. I don't want to say that too loud, disrespect the guy, but yeah, I would almost go Hollywood Brown, or actually my guy Xavier Worthy as like a last pick would be awesome. Not yet.
Yeah, no, I definitely have to wait on that.
I was gonna say Hollywood, but Hollywood's
and if Gainwell just went 38. Holy
okay,
God.
Well that guy needs to stop smoking right now. It's too early for that, buddy. I don't know what we're doing here, but Kenny Gainwell's crazy. Was that a misclick or something?
Jane Daniels just went. I can get Mixon.
Daniels is a beast, man. It's a good pick.
Mixon, maybe I just wait and hopefully Dobbins comes back and I can grab Hopkins with him too. But I got to make it through the first round. So, oh man, Mixon.
Scary, what do we think?
I'm gonna probably go Mixon here.
He's good. Yeah, he's good.
Because, like I said, I just need 1 round when I already have 2 or 3 guys that are going to be sitting this first week.
I feel like drafting Mixon and Dobbins on the same team is kind of a good idea. Yeah, like just in general, you're getting a bell cow through the first round, no matter what. Which is kind of rare, but
damn, I'm surprised Nico's still.
Hey, take Jaden Reed off of our fucking thing.
I have to keep him, bro.
That guy, hell no. I don't know what's going on with him. Even with Christian Watson out, I don't want any piece of that. I'd rather take like Tucker Kraft at this point. He'll probably.
No, dude, I have Tucker in there too. He's right there.
Yeah, but we don't need like 5 tight ends on our team.
I only think I'll need another one with Kelsey.
Yeah, I think good. McMillan's a good pick, but
damn, I'm up in 2 picks, bro. Come on. I just think that Rams game's gonna get into a shootout.
Yeah, Kupp or Dobbins are both really good right here.
Only thing I wish I got somebody to pair with Lamar, but I feel like you can just run him naked most of the time anyway. DFS.
Ooh, is there anyone even possible left that they not
likely,
really?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I don't want 3 tight ends. Hollywood Brown just went, so I can get Dobbins. Wow. I want to take him last round.
Let's do it. Then we'll just spam wide receivers after.
Well, I'm going to have to grab another quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe I'll grab Herbert if he stays. There's no way he stays, right?
That'd be a good pair with our team, though, yeah.
There ain't a way he stays, though. Nico went like 50, bro.
It's tough because Nico's going to get like 12 targets in that first game, but I think a lot of people just don't believe in the Texans.
Jaden Reed just went. I'm up in a couple. Come on, Herbie. Last for me, buddy. Tucker Kraft. I'm up next.
Kareem Hunt this high is hilarious. Pickens, no one wants that guy anymore. Only 1 rounder bust, too.
Come on. Oh,
Nice. All right,
let's
that's
go.
awesome. It's hard not to feel good about that. Yeah.
What the fuck? Something went wrong? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the
Can
fuck
you
is that?
remove cup from your starred?
I'm trying to.
There we go. Hopefully. I
Hopefully that worked. I don't know.
was gonna say that'd be crazy if this doesn't work right here. Did it take
Fucking
up?
Cooper
Oh
Cup.
my
What
god.
the fuck, dude?
Okay, well,
That was some shit. Well, I guess there's your reason to not use DraftKings, I guess, huh?
that's kind of fucked up.
Well, now I'm about to go on my phone now, too.
Can we send this to the DraftKings support team so that they send us $20,000 for the winning? Because this was the winning team right here.
I know.
That they just fucked up.
This is wild, bro. Dude, I think everybody's doing this.
Is it just auto drafting or
I
something?
don't know, dude. That was really weird. Like, it keeps saying.
Can you refresh and still not crash it or whatever?
I'm going to try.
I mean, you can give it
Yes,
a whirl. We'll see. Oh, no.
It's all right. We'll be fine. You should have it right up, right? Holy fuck, Stu. Tim Patrick just went last.
Okay, well, maybe we get a competitive advantage here or something. I don't know. What's going on?
I don't know, dude. I think something's up with it. But, I mean, even if he doesn't, I might have to just grab Jordan Love then, I guess.
Yeah. Or what other quarterbacks are around?
That's pretty much it.
Is Baker still up?
No, Baker went really early.
Okay.
Herbert just went.
Oh, of course he did. That's fucked up.
Maybe I just say fuck it and go with Stafford here.
Oh, does it fit our team any better?
Yeah, because I already have Cooper Kupp because I got.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
It's all right. That's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
To win.
But they kind of fucked us right there, and we got video proof. So DraftKings better be ready. Better get the lawyers ready.
I mean, if I can grab Cortland Sutton, I kind of got to do it.
I was just thinking that too.
Romeo Dobbs just went.
Oh,
I could.
What about Wicks? What about Wicks as a sleeper with big play upside? And I would go like we only have a couple picks. I'd be going for Wicks and Worthy at this stage, like for big play upside kind of guys.
Wicks. Let's see. Wicks is way down there. Yeah, I'll probably be able to grab him next round.
I just don't think Sun's going anywhere. I'd want someone that's going 2 rounds here in this range.
Probably Johnson then.
Fuck that guy.
Mims?
No, not over. I guess Sun. I
got to fill one spot because I have Amon-Ra.
Yeah, that's fine. Sun's fine. He'll have at least one good game.
Well, yeah, dude. I also got to remember, like, a lot of these dudes I just need for one round.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, guys, I like to shoot for the stars. This is why I lose best ball all the time. I'm going like crazy. Like I'd be going Wicks Worthy as my last 2 picks in a lot of these because I think Wicks anytime could catch a 40-yard pass. And then Worthy obviously you're going to miss the first round, but that guy, the way they're using him in the red zone, I mean, come on, he's been fun. What's Worthy's ADP? Oh, he's gone already? Yeah, that makes sense.
Let me see. Worthy goes 23. Fuck. Did you say you wanted him last round?
I said it like 2 rounds ago. I said it like for 5 minutes, but yeah.
Oh, fuck. He goes like 3rd round. That's crazy.
Okay, well, I don't like him that much, guys. I don't like him that much, clearly. Justice Hill's not a bad one either. I was thinking
I have him starred just because if I make it to the final and I have Lamar Jackson, I'm sure everybody has Lamar Jackson who makes it that far. If they're, you know what I'm saying? So I'd like to get some points on the other side for sure.
Yeah.
Aledimus Zacchaeus went last pick.
He's wide receiver too. I can't hate on that pick either, honestly, with Washington. Ertz is probably still around, I bet. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't need a tight end.
No, yeah. No, I was just thinking out loud.
All right, there we go. Justice Hill.
It pairs with our guy, He'll get a couple catches.
There we go. That's not a bad roster, even though I would love to have Herbert in there.
Yeah. Yeah, we got screwed a little bit there, but hey, DraftKings can't let you win them all, It's still a good team.
Yeah, Lamar. Here, I'll zoom in so everybody can see. This is the drafted team for us. Don't worry about bye weeks. I think this is the perfect setup, though. 2-2-4-4. Definitely the way to do these.
Yeah.
Lamar, Josh Jacobs, Amon-Ra, McConkey, Kelsey. You also got to remember Hawkinson will have to be my tight end, and Cooper Kupp will have to be my wideout. But I get Stafford and Lamar first week, 2 really high-scoring games, hopefully. I'll hopefully get one good game out of Sutton to take Amon-Ra's spot. But
yeah. No, it looks like a good squad. And obviously, if Jacobs goes out, Dobbins, and he makes it through, he could pop up and take over. But you get the winner of the Dobbins Mixon no matter what. I mean,
Dobbins Mixon gets through. But obviously, we're hoping the Chargers because I got McConkey in there as well.
Yeah. No, I like it. We got a good squad here.
Yeah, I think this is the $5 5 entry to in there. So definitely fun ones I like to play. I don't obviously play like the $300 ones, but I thought we did pretty good outside of the whole. I think everybody's did that because dude, some of those picks were just like really fast, and we're like, why is this happening?
I think also maybe there's just a lot of dumb people as well that you underestimate. You know, like so I think some guys just are like Tim Patrick, man. You know, the Lions, they're going far. He's got those touchdowns. Like I think Tim Patrick's a great pick. So, and maybe he is. Who knows? Maybe Tim Patrick will dunk on all of the guys we chose. Who knows?
Yeah, he got a little bit. He got some stuff last night. He was doing pretty good. So, anything else, Stu? Before we head out, we'll obviously make sure we're getting back Wednesday. Obviously, we'll get everything ready for that. For probably putting a little bit of bets out. I'm not sure. We'll probably just go break down each game, maybe, and then Friday's just straight picks. Probably, maybe. I don't know if we're doing NBA yet, just because it's kind of the last really big week, So maybe next week will be the NBA stuff because NFL is going to take it over.
Yeah, we'll see. I think we got a lot of good stuff to talk about this week, obviously, like you mentioned there. And we'll even have Monday of next week. We got a Monday game to talk about, so we can obviously lock in on that. So it should be good. I mean, I'm very excited. Obviously, we already dipped in a little bit. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments. And I mean, this will be one, if anyone's, curious what we're drafting, you could revisit all week long. It won't really expire until the games start. And, drop your questions, drop your teams, all that stuff. We both love talking about this. And now I wasn't really planning on drafting that many of these, but I love the idea when you mentioned it to me earlier. And now I kind of have to. And I popped in an underdog one. And those kind of suck. Maybe I drafted the wrong thing. There were only like 8 players. It was like such a tiny team. It only went 5 minutes. So maybe I jumped in the wrong contest. I just did it real quick. But I like this one more, where I like taking the long shots. I like drafting some of the Wixes of the world and stuff like that. So definitely got to make more of these. And hopefully you guys got something out of this, whether it was our previews or not. And yeah. Drop a comment, drop a like, and we'll be back on Wednesday going a little bit deeper into the games.
Yes, sir. We'll be back Wednesday. Hopefully we'll see you guys there live with us. Hit that like button on your way out, guys, and we will catch you on Wednesday. Best of luck on all your bets, and see you soon.